Midjourney time. All right, let's get a little bit of music playing. Check what the volume level looks like. Volume level looks really quiet. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. It still looks really quiet. Okay. Plan for today. Go back over what I'm doing with Midjourney. So I've been playing with this for like a month now. To get started, you go to midjourney.com/home. You do join beta. Takes you to the Discord. You accept the invite, all that good stuff. I've already done that. I guess I could do it again. We can just open it in the web. I should probably use the application, but the web works well. Come here. On the Discord, the main thing I like to pay attention to, looking over music could get a little bit loud. Cool. All right. Main thing I like to look for over here is the updates for when the bot goes down, which it does go down a little bit. They do maintenance, all that good stuff. This page I like to pay attention to. We're going to start a brand new server for me and my friends. Sure. This is it. That's our brand new server. Now we're going to come back to the Midjourney server. We're going to click the bot, add to server, select the server. We have multiple servers. Authorize it. Give it all the permissions. I'm a human. That's a lot of plants on a table. We can do this. Only 2 of them are on tables. 3 of them on tables. Sweet. Authorized. Project AI's server. We're in the general text channel. We'll create a new one. Logo. Imagine we're going to be playing with Noita images today. Noita. The application did not respond. That's bad. Info. No. Why? What are you doing? Bot. Hello. Info. Hey, there it goes. I've created a stupid amount of images. I just run this whenever I'm on the computer. Basically, I'm clicking through at images while doing other things. All right, so now we're going to imagine Noita. I should go over the commands for the bot while that one is waiting to start. So the first command is help. Help shows us that there's a getting started guide, which goes over some of the basics of using the bot, and it's got other useful links. I'm not going to go through all this, but there's good stuff. It's worth looking at. A lot of these things are worth looking at. I've looked at them before. The website, that's where we got started. Imagine, this is the command that we're going to use to create images. Info. We use this basically just to see how many images are running. Noita is very feminine. I think Noita means witch. I should look that up. Subscribe. If you really want to play with Midjourney at all, you're probably going to have to subscribe and do the $30 a month subscription. You could do the cheaper one, but $30 a month lets you do unlimited slow images, which is pretty nice. A bunch of parameters. Yeah, how to create commands. This is helpful information, for sure. This one's more helpful than the quick start guide, really. Extra options. I don't know if I've looked at extra options. Or no, that is the one that I just looked at. Direct messages. You can interact with the bot through DMs, or you can just create a server like I just did, which is way easier to keep things organized, and I highly recommend that. You can react to the images to do things, all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so we went through help. Subscribe is how you would subscribe. I'm not actually going to click this, but this would take you to the subscription page. I think you can just pay with credit card. Yeah. Info tells you how many images you have queued, their status, all that good stuff. Settings. Settings is actually useful. Settings is the default settings that are going to be applied when you do an imagine command. The main ones that I like to vary up a little bit are this top row, a little. I don't really do the half quality, but that should make images quicker. I like the beta upscale, so when you choose to upscale an image, they have a beta version that seems to make more polished, kind of cartoony images. I don't know, they're good. Private mode you have to pay extra for to not have your images public where anyone can find them. So I'm not super happy with this. I do want to go from relaxed mode to fast so that things will go quicker. So we'll do that one at least. So now I'm using my fast time and they should generate more quickly. All right, so I'm not super happy with the Noita. Imagine Noita logo. Design. What else do we want? Emote. We'll do emoji. And we'll do emote. Run all of those and see if we can get a logo that looks better than this PS. Just to throw up really quick. If I have to, I could use one of these. That one could work. I like the colorfulness. So while those are going, we're going to create cave. Just so that I can organize my stuff. This is probably going to be a slower video, and I'm basically just going over my process for getting my thumbnails and working through the process because I might change it up. I kind of like this one. Kind of like this one. Okay, so when you do an imagine command, it'll generate 4 images for you by default. You can choose to upscale any of the 4. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4. Or you can choose to make variations of any of the 4. Or you can do both, which is what I just did. Oh, I should get an orbital to be the logo. But generating an orbital is difficult. I'm working on that, but it's tricky to get it to create a 3-limbed creature with 3 eyes. It tends to do things with 2 eyes and 2 legs very heavily. Sound levels still look good. None of these stand out to me as being particularly Noita-like. I just don't like the colors on this that much. I could change it up, but I don't think it's worth putting the thought into that much. I think I'm just going to go with this one for now. So we'll wait for that one to generate. You can dismiss these messages, or else whenever you refresh Discord, these are ethereal messages. Only you can see these, and they'll disappear when you refresh. So if we do info, there should be 1 job running. I think, yeah. 1 job running 54 seconds ago, but it's been doing other things at the same time. Noita design up beta. Hey, there it is. So we have this. That's going to be my logo, I think. But we have the option to remaster it. When I do remaster, it does this MJ test, basically, which is a newer feature, and it's supposed to be experimental. It's changing. It seems to do cool things with images. It also takes longer to run than the default command. And it only gives you 2 versions instead of the 4. It gives you two images if you do them as a perfect square. If you do them in any other aspect ratio other than a perfect square, it only gives you 1 image. Well, no, it gives you 2, but if you make variation. Yeah, basically you just get less images when you do this -test -creative, which you get from doing this one. But if we compare them, they're not really anything special for this compared to this one. So we'll just do this. Open original, save the image, save it. Come back here. I don't know how I change server settings. Probably right here. That's my profile. Shouldn't there be... All right, it's server settings overview. Click this guy. Bam, you're the icon that we're using for right now. Can always change that later. Save changes. Save it. It's thinking. Careful, you have unsaved changes. Not the most exciting, but it looks better than just having the letters. Okay, cave. So we're going to imagine a cave. We're going to try imagining it with a few different settings. So we'll do version 1, version 2, and version 3. I could, for version 2, you can also do high definition, which I don't typically like, but every once in a while. And for version 3, you can do that too. For version 1, I think you get an error. Yeah, you do. So I like to start out with a very basic command and just see. Ideally, I'd run it twice with each version because there is some variance, but right off the bat, I was liking... So I like the color contrast between cool and warm here a bit, but not liking that too much. This one's okay. This is more on the surface, showing the entrance to a cave, which isn't really what I'm going for usually, but it's okay. This one looks like it has a small figure in it, and I like the colors, and it's a large cavern. But mostly we're waiting for all of these to finish, just so that I can compare the differences with just the word cave, the different Midjourney AI versions, or whatever it is, and HD either on or off. And we'll do info again. So we've got 4 things still lined up. There go 2 of them. So there's 2 more going. And they should go pretty quick. This one makes me think Lord of the Rings a little bit, tiny bit. So to me, this looks too, like, crazy. Oh, I guess it's still generating. Let it finish first. I like this one and this one. So number 4 and number 1 a bit. I don't really like any of these too much, but that could just be variance. You can also re-roll a command and see if you get better variance. These look too stylized for me. We still got a couple more % before it finishes, so it's still iterating over it and refining the image more. This looks way too stylized. That's because of the HD command. This is interesting though. That doesn't even look like a cave. That doesn't look like a cave. These 2 at least look like a cave. So yeah, HD, it does interesting things. I like this top right a bit. So doing it with V3 is set as my default, so that's the same exact command as this one. But we got pretty different results. I'm way happier with the results on this one, and that's just due to natural variance. But I can tell, regardless of natural variance, that this version 1 is too stylized for my tastes. This version 2, while I do like the purple one a bit, again, at least with HD, is too stylized for what I'm going for. Version 3 HD, too stylized. So I can rule out all of those a bit. Where's a normal version 2? Right here. I kind of want to re-roll that. So out of these, I liked that one, I liked that one. I kind of like this one. I kind of like that one. This one is actually decent. So this is re-rolling the version 2. Is there anything else I get out of that? Not really. So yeah, first step, I'm trying to isolate variables and figure out what it is that works for me and what doesn't. You can just jump right into it and try generating a large command. And it might work, it might not. That's what I do a lot of the time. But it seems to be better when I try to figure out things one piece of the puzzle at a time. So I kind of like this bottom left one, but overall, the version 2 is not giving me as aesthetically pleasing of results as the version 3, which is cool because version 3 is the newest. Yeah. See what the queue's looking like. I'm trying not to get too much stuff built up on the queue. I should have 3 jobs running at a time though. All right, so just using my default settings, I'm pretty happy with. I'll remaster this one just to see what the difference is. I'll remaster a couple. We'll do that one too. The remasters take longer to run, but they create cool stuff. So I liked version 3. Yeah, I just like my default settings. Not surprising. So we know cave can show us stuff on the surface. It can show an actual cave. This is when I would try a couple different words just to see if there's something, ooh, I like that. Cavern, which is pretty similar. Cavernous. Is that spelled right? I think so. We will do underground. Tunnels. Just think of all the words associated with cave that I can. So underground, I can already tell, is going to be very boxy, whatever. That is not what I'm going for, but a little bit interesting. This looks like, I was going to say it looks like it's going to be on the surface, but it's not. It's just very large, cavernous underground spaces, which is kind of what I am going for. I could see tunnels being like train tunnels that are actually made of brick, or I could see them being cave-like tunnels by default. Yeah, this looks like it's going to have too many straight lines right off the bat. This one has a lot of straight lines. Could still mess with underground, but I'd have to mix it with other words. Tunnel looks very man-made. I could try natural tunnel. This one's even got a person in it, which is one of the next things that I like to start to add, would be having a person in there. To me, this image is pretty cool. Kind of, this part of the ground feels a little bit weird. Not sure which of these two I like more. At first I thought it was this one with the thumbnail version, but blown up I like this one. I just don't like the tunnel entrance as much as I like this tunnel entrance. I don't think I would mess with upscaling either of those to a larger image. This one's kind of cool. Natural tunnel. Still not really what we're going for at all. So maybe I stop messing with, I mean, I could probably do cave tunnel and that would work, but I don't know how much of that is just cave. So maybe just leave tunnels out of my command. I like the way this top right one looks, and I like the way this one looks, but they're not what I'm going for at all. This makes me think of the bridge in Harry Potter for some reason, leading off away from the castle. I like that this has like a glowy feel a little bit to the water down here. That feels a little bit Noita-like, the rest of the image doesn't. In general, glowing feels like Noita, so that's probably one of the next terms to add. Cave tunnel doesn't seem as good as just using the term cave. It's getting further away from what I'm trying to do. We will do wizard. Create a channel. Imagine Noita. This, I don't know what this command is called, but it's like a modifier. So first we'll just do Noita. Imagine Noita. Then I'm gonna try and do full body and see if it does that. These, whatever they're called, pipes, I don't know. The modifiers to the original command don't work with the test/creative mode. But you can generate the image that the test/beta image is built off of using these. And it'll just become a comma when you convert it over, which also works. I view these, and I don't know if I view them correctly, as like this modifies the original one. Where if I did Noita, comma, full body, it might be different. I would have to do imagine first. Let's get rid of this one. Delete message. Okay, so just doing Noita, that's already cooler than our current logo. Noita full body. I got more people out of this. I only got one that's kind of zoomed out. This one's a little bit more zoomed out. What did I change up? Oh, I did it with a comma. So with the comma feels less Noita-like than it did with this, but it also does give me more full body. I got 3 out of the 4 results were doing more of a full body thing. Things finished up with the cave. Noita, wizard, cloak. We'll do hooded, cloaked figure, full body, silhouetted. I guess just silhouette. Is that spelled right? That is. We don't need that page anymore. Silhouette. What else do I want to add in here? Rim light. Or I guess edge light? Either one. Is rim light what I'm thinking? Rim lighting. Rim lighting is what I'm thinking. Rim lighting plus silhouette might be a lot. So then I'll do comma for a separate thing and say dark lighting. Why would I do dark? We'll do low-key lighting. Low-key lighting is usually, just having a lot of the frame be pretty dark. Low-key versus... where high-key should be very bright. I guess high-key is also just a normal image. This is super high-key. High-key I think of as just a normal image. Low-key is very dramatic. And I kind of want my Noita thumbnails to be kind of dramatic. We don't need this one. It doesn't seem great at doing the low-key lighting. Let's put it back in here. I don't know if it matters what order I do things in. I don't think it matters, but it could. I think it does matter which term is first in your list of terms, but for the modifiers to that term, I'm not sure if order matters. So which of these look Noita-like? This one's very tall, and I'm getting two figures, which I don't really want. This one looks kind of Noita-like. It's got a weird thing coming off, but that could be the cape. This one's looking a little bit thick. We can mess with number 4. This one looks Noita-like to me. This one almost does. We could play with those. This one, bottom left, top right, both kind of do. I like this one, number 3. Just dismiss all the ethereal Discord messages. You save image. Bam, you're my new logo. So we wanted server settings, overview, change the icon. Save the changes, way better. Give it time. I'm happy with that. So these, the remaster might actually do something of interest. Again, they'll take longer to run, but I kind of want to show what the original versus the remastered looks like. And I feel like it does that best with people. Did I remaster any of these? I did. So these are a remaster. So if we look at this, and then go up to this one. So it kind of just simplifies everything. kind of. Makes it more cartoony, but it also looks like I don't see anything glaringly wrong with these two images. Where this one, I see little things that I'm like, why is this little jagged here? Why is that here? I don't know. This just looks like a work in progress more, where these two look closer to a finished image. So we'll remaster all of these ones that I made larger. Okay, so this one, you've got like, I know this is probably a cape, but that looks like a Cthulhu type tentacle coming off. Whatever we want to call it. That kind of went away and became a way more defined cape with these two images. So these feel a little bit less artistic to me, but they feel more polished. So I like to play with them while they're still in this form. And then once I get something that I really like, then you hit the remaster and you get your finalized version. Or you create like a bunch of versions of this and try remastering a bunch of them until you find one that you really like. That's my general process. But I will note, none of these feel... Wait, the term's not in there. Okay, that's why. I was gonna say, none of these feel like low-key lighting. The low-key lighting hasn't run yet. This one does have low-key lighting. Oh no, this does have low-key. This one does not. This one does not. This does feel like it's close to dusk at least. Like right after sunset. Which is kind of close to low-key lighting, but not really. So this one looks like the wizard's facing me, which feels weird for this scene. This one looks like it's facing away. I like the trees a lot. The ground feels a little bit unfinished. That could just be snow with like a rock outcropping. But that one I could see upscaling it to get something better. So these were the 4 variations on this one. And as I make variations, it will kind of polish them a little bit more. So I like this one a bit. I like this one a bit. I like this one a bit. If I'm not trying to get like a finalized image out of these yet, I would just do variations on those 3. And the variations run pretty quick. It's the upscaling and the remastering that take a lot more time to run. So yeah, if I just run a bunch of variations, I can cycle through them pretty quick. Do I have anything else queued, or is this it? No, it's just this. So yeah, I could knock out a ton of variations and look through a lot of images to find roughly what I want. This one's a very large figure with those trees there. I kind of like the glow. This one makes me think of the movie Time Crimes. Like small indie movie. I don't know why, just the figure. I don't know why that makes me think of it. I guess it's not super fitting. Whatever. I don't think those interest me much. Kind of like that one. This one makes me think more Harry Potter type wizard for some reason. Maybe because it's actually got a wand. Which I should probably add in that it has a wand. I'm seeing a little bit of almost lava, it looks like, but we'll see as that generates more. Orange glowingness. Lots of variations. I do really like the contrast of orange and blue colors. So before I said isolate one term, and here I'm trying to use a bunch, where I probably shouldn't do that. I just wanted to skip ahead from getting very zoomed in portraits of a generic feminine witch type person to more of my cloaked hooded figure that's full body. And I knew that these will kind of do it. I don't know about the lighting ones as much. I haven't really gotten those to work too well. This makes me think of death a little bit, the Grim Reaper. I like the glowingness a bit. I can also leave out the term Noita. That doesn't do too much for me, but nah. Okay, so we want a Noita wizard, hooded, cloaked figure. So that's all going to be one term. I want low key lighting. And that's it. Just see what that does. So this is my subject, and then this is my description or my modifiers of the subject. It's the way that I'm viewing it. Let's try doing that with a comma. See if it puts more emphasis on the low-key lighting. These three look pretty dark right off the bat. Ah. This one down here looks a little bit dark. They brightened up so much on like the second step or second iteration of the AI generating the image. I really like that one. Not that these have enough description to generate the character that I would like. That one's got like a person in it. A real person. We could go with cartoon people. Or animated people. I would like to see this one larger, please. And we'll run variations on this one with the yellow face. But, none of these achieved the low light that I was going for. What was it that I ran? We did low key lighting. Dark. Keep it simple. Darn it. Okay, we're going to cancel. Delete this message. We'll actually imagine it being dark. Close your eyes and imagine. Come on, dark, you can do it. That's not dark. This bottom right might be. Dark, dim light, low key lighting. Let's leave out the word light and lighting. I could see those being contradictory. The AI is probably smart enough to figure it out, but maybe not. I have to imagine first. Cancel. Let's do underexposed. Underexposed would hopefully give images like this. But we'll see. Music, volume levels look good. Maybe a little bit low, but they look decent. I just can't get it to do the things that I want it to do, which is the fun little struggle with the AI thing. Another thing I can do is I can feed it a starting image. The problem is I think it's trying to use generally good design practices and good art practices, which want a somewhat balanced image. Interesting that I ended up with this same wizard basically as this one. I'm gonna try remastering that one. I kind of like the hat on this one. This one generally, but the face I don't love. This face is at least okay. The problem is, I don't know if I like any of those as much as I liked this original one. So if that's the case, I could just re-roll it again. I'm gonna do the top left because the face feels like the most important element. I like this bottom right, I like this top left, I like this one. But none of them are getting at the dark image that I'm trying to create. This is looking very dark as in evil. Mood. Mood would be a good term. We'll do that. I'm gonna try moody lighting. Try a few different things. Try and isolate what it is I need to create a dark image. Which ones work for it and which don't. Instead of trying to refine an image to get something cool. Because I'm not really trying to get something cool yet. I'm trying to figure out which things have the effect that I want. Moody low-key. I like this top left character because it makes me think of Little Nightmares, which is... It has a similar feel for some reason to Noita a little bit. Just the tiniest bit. Maybe because the character's super bouncy and it's a cloaked little character. I Kind of like that bottom left. Again, none of these are getting to my moody low light. This is close. This is kind of approaching it. I think it just might have to be part of a larger scene to actually get it to pull it off. When it's just focusing on a character, it might not be possible unless I introduce silhouetted back in. Silhouettes are generally very dark. There's a bunch of interesting stuff happening. I like this one. I like this one. Kind of like the top right. Kind of like this top left. Kind of like this bottom right. So I'd be kind of curious to see what it would do with it if I made some of these larger and remastered them, because remastering them is when it does interesting things. So I did remaster this one. What did that do? Nothing super interesting. I could see remastering this. I think I would do this bottom right. I want to do the raincoat looking one. I want to do that one. I shouldn't be trying to remaster yet because I'm not trying to get a final image. But sometimes I just want to see something that looks promising and motivates me to do more. Okay. This has the silhouette in there. These are getting closer to what I want, where the figure itself is pretty dimly lit and the background isn't like super bright. So like this top left one and this one. Just in general, this one is kind of what I'm going for. So the question is, if I did that with just the silhouette, if I could select this, what does that look like? Okay. Imagine. So we did it with just the silhouette. Do it with just the low-key lighting. I think it was the silhouette that finally got me what I wanted, kind of. And it's not like actually getting me what I wanted, but it's approaching it. Of all of these, this one feels the closest. And I did re-roll it. I'm going to remaster these even though those go slow. Remaster. What did I just do? Okay, I got rid of one that was in progress. Remaster. So this one was just the silhouette. Just the silhouette does not feel as dark as the silhouette with the low-key lighting did. This makes me think of Gru from Minions a little bit. These don't look quite as dark. Kind of like the top right. None of those really interest me, but it's interesting how it took that yellow face and turned into a real person, and then this one it turned into like kind of an alien thing. So it fills in the blanks a lot when you remaster it. None of those remasters stand out to me as, ooh, this is super cool, or anything like that, which is what I'm generally looking for out of those. So I think, yeah, I just want to work off of this one basically. Which means I should, or I could at least, vary up some of these and see what it generates for me. We'll do that. Create 7 images and a reroll off of that. So I've got all kinds of stuff generating. I rerolled all of them. At least the rerolls go pretty quick, or the variations go pretty quick. They go super quick. Top right. The character looks pretty tall, but that's okay. Part of this is, while I'm looking at the images that it re-rolled, I see if there's any word that sticks out in my head that I could add to my terms to try and get it more like the image. So there's like a light glow, which would probably be good to add. I could do like dusk or night. Night might make sense. Dim glow. I'm gonna try not to add too much all at once. We'll do that same command, but with edge light on there too. Let's do a dim blue glow. Let's do a dim ember glow. We could do amber. See what a few of those look like. And if any of them get me something that stands out as being perfect or approaching perfect, getting more towards perfect. I shouldn't look at them while they're still generating too much. Should wait until they finish. So that's adding in a lot of glow. But this bottom left, that's very much a silhouetted dark image. This bottom left is very much this top left, like we're getting there. For sure. So this was just with night and dim glow added. Dim glow adds a lot of glow to the character. Let's change that to a comma. It also keeps adding this up beta, up beta, up beta sometimes, but it doesn't seem like that makes any difference having the same command multiple times. Top right. I like the color tones a little bit. Top left is kind of interesting. don't really want the glowing figure. I like that bottom right a lot. I like this top left a bit, although the square shapes don't work with anything that I'm trying to do with Noita right now. Glowing face is kind of cool. Not what I'm going for, but cool. I like the lighting on this one. I just don't like the character. So let's do a variation on that. Kind of torn between a couple of those for which I like most. If I do this one, I expect it to end up, I guess all of them, I expect it to end up with a character with their back facing towards me. Let's do that one. Remaster that one. I like this top right a lot. I like this bottom left a lot. It's not even done, but I can tell I like those. Remaster that one. I don't like any of these. And usually when I think to myself, I don't like any of these, it means I don't like them more than the original they're based off of. So that was based off this top left. I prefer this top left one to any of the ones that it gave me, to any of these. So I could re-roll it, or I could go back and I could just make a larger version of this and see what happens when I remaster it. Kind of like top left. Top left is okay. So the next thing that I would probably do, that one's all right. I like this a little bit. I like the character. I don't like the background much. We'll remaster you. Remaster. So if we come over here, attractive female actress. Isn't there some way to get it to just show me like a row for the Google results? Okay, that's a whole bunch. We could do Suicide Squads. We could do Megan Fox. I'm trying to think who has like a very expressive face. More than just like straight up attractiveness or whatever. Emma Watson is someone that I associate with wizards a good amount. Natalie Portman has a very expressive face. The quirky, like, unique thing could be cool. I have no idea who this is. Is there anyone that sticks out to me? Penelope Cruz, Anna Kendrick. Emilia Clarke. Big smile. Oh, okay. Game of Thrones Daenerys. Think I might go with I want somebody with a lot of images that pop up, which that kind of does. It'd probably be good to use like a model because they would have a lot of high quality pictures. I don't know who this is. We're gonna go with you. So now we're gonna do that person. I'm gonna put a weight of 2. So that's who we're trying to have these look like. And which of these was the most promising command? Probably this. We'll just see what it does. So this should weight pretty heavily to trying to get that actress's face into the image. But maybe not their face. Just whatever character it is should have a resemblance, which it doesn't matter so much who I put in there. I just want it to be based off of a real human so that hopefully it goes and grabs like movie scenes or actress pose or modeling poses or whatever. Something. It's based off of something, which I hope will give it a more realistic feel than just using without a person. Hopefully. Who knows? I kind of want to try a few different ones. What have I done? Hey, there we go. So we'll do you. And I'm curious if it's more familiar with a certain actor or actress, if it will put more emphasis on their face. It looks like right off the bat, this is going to have 3 that put heavy emphasis on the face, where this one, none of them did. That could be dumb luck. I'll re-roll it. This one, none of them are, it looks like. So it just has a strong pull, it seems, towards generating this actress's face when she's in the command. Also, one thing I could start changing up is, so of these, which look the most promising? Really, it's probably you. Just because it seems to go with the silhouette pretty well with those. Where's the Emilia Clarke? It's also doing it here. I guess it doesn't matter too much which of the two. Alright, since that name's already here, the other thing we should do is change this to AR stands for aspect ratio. And we're going to do 16:9. Because that's the aspect ratio of movies and of thumbnails for YouTube videos and all that good stuff. So we'll be more rectangular shaped. I like these ones. Let's put you back in there. What am I doing? Click the thing. And I'll give Zoe one more chance. We'll see if it weights heavily towards her face again, which can still be cool. Faces are good. It just depends how zoomed out or zoomed in I want the image to be. if I refine these more or vary them more, they might start looking like the actress more too. They might. Do I want short hair? Do I want long hair? It doesn't really matter because they're a hooded figure. This is the one from Dune, I think. Does she not have a last name? She might not. That might be way better for image generation. What is going on? Why is that coming up as the prompt? All right, we want... If that is the actress from Dune... That might be perfect. Because that's kind of a Dune-like setup. Or, not Dune, Noita-like look. A little bit. I don't know. Not digging these. It's only pretty recently that I've been trying to add in people to my Noita thumbnails a little bit more. And I'm not having the most luck with it, but it's interesting. It adds an element of interest to it. I kind of like that it looks like sunlight is showing through this cloak a little bit. Oh, I don't have my 16:9 aspect ratio on these commands. I only have it for that one set. Oops. Another thing I can do is I could take away that weight that I'm putting on that so that it's evenly weighted between the actress name and this description. So now we want thumbnail. So in here, we've got some cave stuff. I didn't end up doing much with the cave. We didn't get too far with developing that. This was all I got, was the word cave. Let's work on that a little bit more. Imagine a cave. We want it to be aspect ratio of 16:9. I want it to be dimly lit. How do I want to describe this? First, we'll go with dark. I'll try low key. Mood versus moody. What happens if I add a silhouette to the cave? Try a bunch of them. Dark, low key, moody, low light. Add in night. subtle glow. What is the word? Luminescence? Trying to spell that seems tricky. Could try adding that in instead of subtle glow. What about bioluminescence? Bioluminescence. All right, see what things get generated. So my cave is looking much more promising. Just doing cave dark 16 by 9 already created kind of interesting caves. Like, I could see re-rolling that. This one, the problem is, it doesn't look underground so much as it looks like an alien planet, but I like the colors. This looks like we're looking out onto the sky, which is kind of fine. We got concentrated mana down there. We're out going onto the surface. That does happen in Noita. I like the silhouetted form. This is the silhouette. Yeah. I can tell what the AI is going for. So we got a little bit of chaotic polymorph, maybe? Regular polymorph? Pheromone? Could be lots of things. This one's kind of boring. What is that one? Just moody. How does moody vary from mood? This one's very dramatic. I can add the word dramatic in. This is just adding dark, low-key, moody, low-light, night. This is adding in subtle glow. The subtle glow doesn't make too much difference. Luminescence doesn't do too much. Bioluminescence also doesn't feel like it's going to do much. I was gonna say I can put more weight on the subtle glow, but then why wouldn't I just take out the word subtle? Who knows? Let's give it a 5, see what that does. We got some glowiness. We got stuff happening. What did we do with the wizard? The wizard, when we last left off, was starting to look kind of interesting. I like that. There's too many figures. So I could take this one, because a bunch of those have more than one figure. I wonder if the number 2, instead of doing a weight, is putting 2 figures. I thought it would give it a weight. Here it's not doing it. We'll find out with that 5, probably. That's not what I meant to click. So in the cave, what does the 5 weight do? Subtle glow. It's almost done. No, it seems to be working how I wanted, because this was the normal subtle glow. This was more weighted, and it definitely feels more glowy. My understanding right now is that the comma separates 2 different, ideas. So if I don't put a weight, it just gives this side of the idea a weight of 1, the cave, and then it gives the subtle glow a weight of 1. So right now I'm telling it, give this a weight of 1, give this 5 times as much weight. So lots of weight onto that subtle glow. That's my understanding. Could be wrong though. So here, I'll probably get rid of those up betas, but whatever. Would I do single figure? Single figure. We'll go with that. Just to try and avoid having two people, two people, two people, two people, two people. Yeah, we're getting like 3 out of every 4 images has 2 people in it. That's probably because I switched over to 16:9. Try the same thing, but solo. It's looking like there still could be another figure right there. There still could be another figure right there. This one's tricky because it's kind of 2 figures, but one of them's like, I don't know. The solo seems to be working. I can't tell. This looks like 2 figures. This could be a second figure. This just looks like a doorway of some type. Okay, these could be all single figures except for... Nah, we're getting more solo single figures out of these. Kind of. Not really. Wishful thinking on my part. Alright, I might just have to roll some until I get a solo figure. That could just be like a piece of stone, like mountain. A lot of these have 2... You can also do a no, but I don't know how to do that. I've never actually made use of the no. Now that I think about it, it might be because this is 2 terms. It might be trying to do this person and then also do this as a separate thing. We're supposed to be imagining right now. And I basically run through this process over like the course of weeks and over a month really, where I slowly refine and figure out which things work, which things I like, which things I don't like. So I already know some terms that I do like. I still haven't really been able to get the dark silhouette, the low key. I haven't been able to get that feel. They all have a dash in their low-key. I could, but I've tried it with a dash. Imagine low-key. We'll keep it 16:9 since that's what I'm working in now. Low-key photography. We'll do film. We'll do cinematography. Cinematography? That's spelled wrong. Why can I not think all of a sudden? Cinematography. Do all the things. Just see if any of them get at the essence of this. The problem is low-key has other meanings beyond photography. Not a lot of results for that specific combination. Probably because I spelled silhouette wrong. No, still not a lot of results. Key portrait photography. Is that just low key? No. Shadow photography. Like, there might be other photography terms that I'm not super familiar with. Huh. Nothing's dark, moody portraits. Dark, moody portraits feels like it would work. Low-key cinema. It made a movie theater. That's fair. Dark, moody portrait. It's gonna be a portrait. Imagine all these general terms. See which ones do what. Low-key isn't really doing what I'm imagining when I type it in. It's doing like the lo-fi. That's what it's doing. This is lo-fi. These are pretty cool. Not what I'm trying for at all. But I get distracted often while playing with this. These are interesting. That just came from Moody. Dark Moody. Dark Moody kind of has the feel that I'm going for. Of course, I want it in a cave and not being quite so evil. Moody really does have the feel. Okay, moody is a good term. I feel like lo-fi and low-key are doing similar things. This is going to feel more pastel. This is going to feel more neon, it looks like. But they're doing very similar things. Mood also feels a little bit like the lo-fi thing. Interesting how different mood and moody are. Because all four of these do feel kind of moody to me. A little bit. These feel more upbeat, except for the top right. That one does feel a little bit moody. Yeah, this bottom right image for lo-fi looks a lot like this one. Just this has more red and blue. This has more purple and blue. So that's what it's imagining when I say low-key. Keep forgetting to put that 16 by 9. Wonder if I can set that. Can I do a default aspect ratio? No. I can play with stylized too. So far I haven't had good results for that. It kind of adds more randomness to the image. It lets the AI ignore what I'm typing more and do its own thing. Low key. That's... Thank you, AI. Good try. Low-key photography. There has to be a term in like painting. Like, I know there's Rembrandt style has lighting on like this cheek that makes a triangle under the eye. There has to be a style of painting for like low key. Rembrandt painting is a little bit low key, but I don't want all the other baggage associated with Rembrandt painting, which is mostly that one side of their face has light under the eyes. Yeah, that's not what I'm going for, but I was trying to think. Painting techniques. This is where it would be helpful. Styles. If you had more of an art background, it would help. These are just going to be famous paintings. I want like more generalized styles. I guess I did say famous artists. No. Okay. Get rid of that. That's not helping. Low-key photography. Adding the word photography gave it a little bit more of a realistic view, and more importantly, it adds a depth of field. It starts blurring out elements and leaving other things in focus. And it would do the same thing if I did cinematic. Why are you like this? Okay. Low-key. Cinematic. I would do cinema, but then it will put us inside of a movie theater, which isn't what I'm going for. I like what photography does to things, but none of this is getting me the dim, low light look. I didn't do 16:9. What is the term? This isn't really what I'm going for, but this would be the silhouetted look. Also be very black and white. Let's go back to my wizard. I do like that top right. I like that bottom right. So we're getting things. So this is all a single command. We don't need the second up beta. Film noir. See what that does to it. This is pretty promising. But I think the word low-key here is just messing with it, and it's just cinematic that's doing good things. Without the up beta in there, It does end up doing it twice. I wasn't sure. But if it's not in there at all, then it generates things differently. I don't need it multiple times, but having it in there once is good. What did I do? I added the film noir, so it's going to be more black and white. What did I do here? Who knows? Sometimes it doesn't show you the image. When that's the case, so for some reason this one didn't show, even though it made it. We would do show, get the job ID. So I had to click over to the web. It opened up right here. You grab the job ID off of there, or you can say copy job ID. What's going on with these? Okay, there it goes. I could remaster that one because I did like it. So that's the one that I did the show command for. We can delete that message. This one, how do I see what you are? Just by clicking that. And you're based off of this one, not the best. Delete that message because I already did a show command for it. Yeah, weird that sometimes the thing seems to screw up. So this one, I kind of like this more than the remastered version. Just because it has more of the teal glowiness. Which means I could make variations on this. If I make a variation on this one, it will only give me one image, which is not super helpful. If I make variations on this one, which I liked more anyways, it will give me 4 images, which is more helpful. And this one takes less time, so I get 4 images quicker, versus with this I get 1 image slowly. Things are just screwing up. Huh. It's got a lot of people. Probably, I guess all I told it was cinematic, so it did like a movie scene. I don't know how to get the job ID from this one. Here, I'm just gonna re-roll it. Delete that one. So yeah, this is the one that I re-rolled from this one. So I get 1 new image. But re-rolling this one, I get 4 new images. Of which this top right is the most interesting subject to me, but the most interesting background is probably this one. This one, it's got a lot of out of focus in the background, which is kind of cool. This one has a lot of detail in the background, but too much detail is distracting. This is a good mix. So the figure was facing me, and now it's facing off that way. This one, they turned that tower into a person, which is not what I want at all. So I think it would be like 1 or 3 maybe. With just the term cinematic aspect ratio of 16:9. If it ever loads, my internet's freaking out a little bit, which I did this before recording Noita so that my internet wouldn't be super slow while it's uploading, but I do have to switch over to Noita soon so that I'll be able to get 2 uploads in today. So this one feels pretty good. A lot of these are very busy. Not that I need more of that. Which actress am I doing? That one. I don't want to mispronounce her name. I think it's Zendaya, maybe? I've never heard it pronounced. Okay, so this is where we're at for our character, though. Where were we at for the cave? The cave had very promising things going, with very few terms. Which one goes first in the command? I do like the moody a bit. Ooh, I like this one. If I put the character first or if I put the cave first might make a difference. Let's try that one first. If I go back to the cave, mood is very colorful, which is kind of cool. Let's take the cave, place that. Go back up. Pull this out, move that to the front. See what difference that makes. Do the same thing with the first version. I feel like it does matter which term goes first. More so when you have like a dozen terms. Right now we only have 2, even though the 2 are highly modified. I think only the commas count as delimiters for the specific terms. Interesting that this one ended up like black and white. So yeah, I'm not liking the caves in this one, but this was with me having the character as the first argument. This is with the cave as the first argument. So if I do a weight of 5 towards the cave, which is very heavy, but I'm trying to do it enough that we can actually see the effect. Normally I'd only put like a 2 or do a 0.5 to the other one. So far, I'm not too happy with any of these. can also just do something completely separate from those and just use the knowledge I've gotten from making those commands to try and craft a different command instead of trying to combine those two just by copying and pasting the two. So we want a single, we'll do solo, hooded. Do I need cloaked and hooded? I don't think so, but maybe. We could probably just do cloaked. Silhouette. Trying to think which of these, I don't think I spelled silhouette right there. Which of these terms I care about and which I don't. Cave, I'm gonna give it a 2. These I do care about the terms a bit. Dark, low key. I don't know if I need the low key, but worst case that adds a little bit of color. I probably don't want that. Moody. Dark, moody, night. Bioluminescence. Go with that. Adding in the actress's name doesn't seem to have done much, but we'll see. That might be because I have silhouette in there, which kind of cancels out whichever specific person you're doing. Turns them into just a silhouette of a person. Trying to decide if there are any of these that I would re-roll. I like the colors on that one. I don't like the character. We can re-roll it. Slow internet. I don't think this is on Midjourney or Discord's end. I think this is just my computer's slow. Or not my computer, but my internet. That one's kind of interesting. That one's kind of interesting. I'd even make this one larger, even though I don't love the colors. I like the contrast in the colors at least. Did I do something that's giving it this yellowish color? Huh. I don't have cinematic added in. I probably should. Trying to think where I would add that in. Okay, of the ones that I like these a bit. Try adding that in there, remove it from there, add it in here, remove it from there and just add it as a third element to the image. See what effect those 3 different locations for cinematic have. I expect they will have a big difference. Okay, so these kind of like that one. I like that the hip juts out a little bit. Kind of like that one. Kind of like the background in that one. Huh. This looks like it's above ground because it's got like suns. This does not look like it's above ground. This kind of does. Try remastering this one, see what it looks like. My internet is killing me. So this is with cinematic added in. So I would expect this one to look similar to the ones I have up above, but a little bit more like realistic for the subject and blurred out for the non-subject, if it ever loads. This is with cinematic applied to the actress name. Just load the image. Hey, there it goes. I'm really not liking the colors. It's the main problem. Also, maybe I should add the hooded back in because that seems to give like the pointy hat look. Where these are all getting a distinct rounded head, and I don't really want that. Hooded cloaked figure, silhouette, actress name, cave, two weight to the cave, dark moody night, bioluminescence. Cinematic. And I'm gonna add in color tone. If we do cinematic color tone, I expect that to do kind of like the greenish blue with a little bit of warm, but mostly greenish blue. Yeah, so a lot of this greenish blue with a little bit of warm. This one's more purplish blue. This one's kind of purplish blue. A little bit greenish blue, a little bit purple. Yeah, cinematic seems to have that feel to it. A lot of blue. A little bit of green. Sometimes a little bit of purple. I don't like this one at all. That was the upscale. The upscale made this one way worse. Also, the upscale goes to a 2:3 or 3:2 aspect ratio instead of 16:9. Way worse. So this is with the cinematic color tone. None of these are turning out super well right now. probably just have to keep refining it. And then eventually I can try adding in more stuff like pools of lava, glowing water, explosions, embers, energy, plasma, all of that fun stuff. So we could go back to my default one, and in here, the actress I'm going with is Ana de Armas. I don't know how to say that name either. Going with her, and I do want detail on the face a bit. So I've been trying to do some with the face. They're kind of coming out. Tried adding in anime. So when I do those double dots, whatever they're called, colons? Semicolon? I think these are just colons. When I do those, when I switch it over, where's an example without it switched over? When I don't have the remaster version, somewhere I have a non-remastered image. I'm looking for the 4 of them. Right here. They're still in this format, but then when I upscale them, so yeah, you can see that they're the double dots here, but when I pick one of them, it's not even when I pick them to make them large. It's when I specifically hit the remaster. It loses that and turns it into a comma. So yeah, I've been trying to work with the actress a little bit. In here, I've got the actress name, weight of 2, anime, hooded cloaked Noita witch, dark damp underground cavern, dim blue glow, which there's a little bit of blue glow, but not really. That might be getting overwritten. Cinematic wide lens shot from low angle, which it doesn't seem to be doing the low angle too well. Maybe a little bit. Underground tunnels, purple arcane plasma energy. That seems to be coming across a little bit. Explosions, sparks, fumes, fire, water, steam, lasers, plasma arcs, embers, and then the aspect ratio of 16:9. So I've been playing with that a bit. And I start out with these images, but eventually I get them remastered to where they're actually looking like something. And just keep refining it down till you're like, that one's kind of cool. The nose is still screwed up. It could use some work, but we're getting there. That's a thing that is interesting. That one's interesting. Face is screwed up, but that one's interesting. I like this one. I could work with that a little. It was kind of better before it got upscaled. But if we look at the source for it, the source could use a lot of work. We could make variations on that. See what they look like. More channels. Noita 2. This one was some craziness that wasn't working out. Kind of abandoned that for right now. I've been playing in Lakes of Lava in the video game, so tried doing some stuff with lava-filled cavern, wand shooting blue energy orbs. The blue energy orbs didn't really happen. I've done a few different lava-filled cavern ones. I thought I had more commands in there, but apparently this is the one that did it. Some of them do look like it's shooting the blue energy orbs, but that might be a ways up. But yeah, if you do enough commands, eventually you start getting things that look kind of cool. The problem is, I sit there and just re-roll on the same thing a bunch. This was with more commands. Dark lava-filled cavern. Doesn't have too much added. It has foreground bokeh, which you can see pretty well right here. Blurred out foreground element. This does look like it's shot from a low angle. And I don't even have shot from a low angle in this. I'm guessing just putting wide angle, which I also don't have, or even just cinematic, might give that similar effect. I like this one a bit. This has a very cinematic feel to it. Not the color tones so much, but this compared with this looks more like, not a painting, but I don't know, an artwork, just because there's so much going on, so much busyness, where cinematic, you kind of want one clear subject a lot of the time. So yeah, this was probably from this busyness, once remastered, becomes like a much simpler, cleaner looking image. So you kind of do want it to be pretty busy and messy before you remaster. Sometimes you don't. This has that purple arcane in it. What else do we have? Damp dark underground, dim blue glow. Just lots of randomness. This you can see foreground. Maybe, okay, foreground bokeh. I'm like, maybe I don't have that one in there. And this one does feel like cinematic wide lens shot from, not from a really low angle, but kind of. I did a few like this. Some of the others turned out better. I like this one. This has a very cinematic feel. And there are other commands that could be done. Kind of interesting. So if we take this one and add in a style like VFX, that should make it feel more kind of like science fiction-y. And I kind of expect that to overpower other things a little bit, but maybe not, because I gave weight to cave. We've got a few different terms. Synthwave seems to work pretty well. That does like an 80s neon glow with a lot of purple in it. But I don't know what it'll do when I try mixing it in with the cave. I kind of expect it to take over, but it might not. Lo-fi is another that it seems to know. So there are a few terms that seem to heavily weight the output. These are some of the ones that I've found that seem to skew things pretty heavy a lot of the time. They didn't do anything too crazy there, though. Let's try each one. VFX, lo-fi, synthwave. I'm trying to think of others that I like. Octane, renderer. There's some site that everyone uses, ArtStation. When you add ArtStation, it seems to give very attractive images. So we can do lo-fi Noita versus, this was my earlier command with lo-fi in there. Synthwave. I could have just done the terms without Noita in there too, since they're just going to take over the image anyways. Which they really did. Like, this just feels like a lo-fi image. I guess we got like a character there. The VFX really took over. The lo-fi, this one feels a bit Noita-like, tiny bit. I mean, it's hard to say because what it pictures for Noita doesn't seem to be the video game. I should say Noita game. Let's see what it does. I don't think I've ever done that. Is it NOLA games? Is that not it? NOLA games. That is it. NOLA games, Noita. Yeah, adding in ArtStation is an easy term to just make better images, it seems like. Adding in Octane Render just makes more 3D, like, I don't know how to even, whatever that's called. What is the word? CGI type graphics, computer generated images, which all of these are CGI, but they have the CGI feel to them. This one's pretty cool. That's just doing the term Noita. All right, forget everything else. Let's just go with that. Noita game ends up doing like a board game. I see what you're doing, but it's not trying to do the game that we're playing right now. NOLA Games Noita also didn't do anything super helpful. Yeah, there's interesting stuff for sure. Where is the one that I was playing with most recently? Let's go with this one. We'll do that one. Instead of Synthwave, I'll add in ArtStation and see what it does. But ArtStation generally isn't like dark cave type images, I don't think. Maybe it is. It's got a lot of stuff. I've never really used this site. I just know that it's the one that people add to their images to get cool stuff. If I go to the Google Images result for ArtStation, what does it show? All kinds of stuff. All kinds of anime characters. Lots of anime characters. Okay. Where were we? We're over here. So instead of anime, I could probably substitute in ArtStation as a term. But anime also has a very specific, pretty well-defined thing. It just does not want to do solo, which I've run into that with these ones a lot of times. I'm having to fight to get that single character in there. Yeah, these have that foreground. They're trying to do the foreground bokeh. trying its hardest. I kind of don't like how realistic everything else is textured. I like this character in general. Having like a splash of lava coming up is cool, or a spray of lava. Glowing embers is cool. One of the tricky things is trying to guess which images will create something cool when you remaster it. When you're like, that looks like a lot of chaos. It almost looks like there's rain. Half the body is covered up with the foreground element. So what that's going to turn into is tricky. And when you do it, since it goes from 16:9 aspect ratio to a 3:2, when I go to convert this into a thumbnail, I'm actually cutting off part of the image. So these aren't upscaled yet. I'm looking for an upscaled one. This one is an upscaled one. So if I go to it full size, it's larger than 19:20 by 1080. So it can be cropped down pretty easily. I think it's like 2048 by 2048. I don't know what I don't know how to view the image properties. Probably. Open image in new tab. Shouldn't I be able to see the image properties somehow? Not even sure. 2304 by 1536, which can easily be cropped down to 1920 by 1080, but I'm going to lose some of the image. So it's not the worst to have the figure kind of centered in the frame more. And it's not the worst to have like, this is too much, too distracting, but I can cut this off about right here. And then it's just about right. Like that top part looks okay. So yeah, fun stuff to play around with in my over 2 hour long babbling, playing with Midjourney. We'll see if anybody cares to watch this. If not, that's fine. I like playing with this. Yeah, I'm going to continue over the next days, weeks, months, refining my thumbnails. And I'll slowly get ones that do work, along with hundreds and thousands that do not work at all. And I'll continue playing with non-Noita designs as well. All of that good stuff. So to me, like this one looks like it'll be an okay face. This one looks like it'll have a little bit of electrical stuff going on, which is kind of cool. I mean, I could just upscale all 4 of them, which is what I've mostly been doing. Because you never know when it's going to do something like this, which looks pretty cool, versus this, which is a little bit more subtle with a huge cloak. A lot of chaos to it. But as I figure out things that work more and more, there's less chaos involved. So yeah, that's my process for creating thumbnails. And I think that does it for this video. Thanks for watching.